Ah!
Very imminent. Good
Good morning, Bertie.
Good morning, Debbie.
How are you doing?
Yes, I'm good, thank you. A bit cold. You're a bit cold, aren't you?
I'm cold. I've got wet hair. It's not summer and warm anymore, is it? It's just not at all. So this morning, we're going to talk about steer statements.
Yes, we are. These earlier in the week, didn't we? They were really good.
We did do them earlier in the week, yeah. So the steer statement, steer stands for situation, thought, emotion, action, and result. So yeah, you might want to grab a pen and paper if you're watching this or watching this in the playback, because you are.
I have to have a pen. I haven't got a pen.
Yeah. Do you want a pen? I've got a pen. I've got a big coloured green pen. And the idea behind, so let's talk about the idea behind it, is that we know that we've got these customers that we work with, our ideal customer, the people that really get what we do, that get benefit from the work that we give them. We love working with them. They love working with us, that it's a perfect fit. But the more that we can know those customers, the more that we can dig in and understand who they are, what's going on for them at the moment they kind of meet us, how they're feeling, things that they might have done in their business that's maybe holding them back or moving them forward. The more we can understand our customers, the better. And it means that if we really get to know our customers, then we can write fantastic sales pages and really good social media posts, and we can kind of meet them where they're at. So I'll say it again because we've got people watching now. We're talking about steer statements, and steer stands for situation, thought, emotion, action, and result. So do you want to say something, Betty? Otherwise, I'll just keep talking about the steer statements.
I think what I really liked about this, going through this process, is it really helps you to just step back a little bit, because we all talk about, what's your customer thinking and things like that. But I think on the top level, people generally have an assumption. Like, I hear so much like, oh, well, my customers aren't on Facebook, or my customers aren't on Instagram. And actually, I think what it is they're not necessarily on those social platforms looking for you, but they are on there. So if you think about maybe like the construction industry, they might be on there looking at memes or funny videos about stuff. People say like doctors and dentists, oh, they're not on Facebook because they're doctors. It's like, just because they're a doctor doesn't mean they're not on Facebook. So I hear this so much. So I think what this statement actually does, it does allow you to just step back and just actually put into context what these customers are doing. So even though they're not looking for you, they are looking for something, and it's actually just trying to meet them there, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's that idea that the more you understand who they are, you can kind of interrupt what they're doing and kind of step out and be like, here I am. So like you said, even if your ideal customers are doctors and they're scrolling through social media, they might not be looking for you. But if you say something punchy enough that gets them and makes them think, oh, that's exactly how I'm thinking and feeling, you're going to interrupt them and stop them in their tracks. So the way that we use this framework is, first of all, be really clear on a person. So your ideal customer, it might be a demographic, a big age range. Think about one customer and maybe people that you're actually working with now, or people you want to work with, and kind of write who they are and where they, who they are, what they're doing, the type of person that they are. The first part of the steer stands for situation. So it's really drilling into exactly where they are now. So it might be Sally has been running her business for 5 years, and she is all over social media and posting loads and loads of stuff, but she feels really frustrated because it's not making any dent. It's not really making her business successful. Or it might be that Bob is desperately trying to lose weight, for example, but is in a place where everything he's doing doesn't seem to be working, and he's kind of not feeling that great about himself. So the first thing is you create kind of a scenario, a situation that they're in. The next part of the steer is thought, and that's just really being empathetic with where they are. Are they frustrated? Are they confused? Are they depressed? Are they sad? Maybe they're excited and hopeful. You know, maybe you're selling, and you know, if iPhone's selling the phone, they're not thinking their customers are frustrated and depressed. They're like, God, these people are excited and ready to buy the next iPhone. So it might be, you know, happy emotions or sad emotions.
Absolutely.
Then you think about the thought. So what are they thinking? So what are they thinking about? So I've done the E and the T the wrong way around. So it's STE. So the first thing is the situation, the thought. So what are they thinking? So Bob's thinking, shit, I'm trying to lose loads of weight and it's not working. Sally's thinking, I'm all over this social media, nobody's buying. Then we do the E, the emotions. Then we think about what actions they might take. Like, what are they going to do in this scenario? So Bob might just think, there's no point losing weight. It's rubbish. I'm just big boned. It's in my family. There's nothing I'm going to do. I'm just going to carry on eating cake because I love cake, for example. And Sally might, and just carry on with what they're doing. Sally might, as an action, might think, okay, well, what I need to do is I need to buy another course. I'm going to buy another social media course because obviously I'm not doing something right. Or I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and that's not working. Or I don't know, I'm just gonna give up. I'm gonna give up and get out of there. Oh wow, look at that graphic,
That's what I was
Bertie.
doing.
You're amazing.
Trying to figure it out.
I love it. So actions, and what we realized, because we were talking about this, weren't we, in the Freedom Seekers, is that you've got that situation, that thought, and that emotion. And then the actions could be like branches of a tree, because there's multiple things that people could do in different scenarios. And then we're thinking, what's the result? So, you know, if Bob just carries on eating crisps, the result is he's not going to lose weight. He's not going to feel great about himself. He's not going to fit into his wedding suit or whatever reason that he wanted to lose weight. You know, and if Sally carries on doing course after course and getting confused or gives up, her business is not going to grow. And so the more that we can dig into how our customers are thinking, feeling, acting, what they're doing, the more that we can start creating like really great messaging and really get to understand who they are and how we can help them. So that's the steer.
It is. So would you say, like, being the marketing expert, because the way that I was looking at this is like any of these things, and I think certainly like as you go through thoughts, emotions, actions, and results, almost any of those things could be a start point for like a marketing message. So, you know, like I'd forgot the guy was eating loads of cake, but you know, if he's, you could all like, if you're going on like a negative marketing thing, it's like, you know, do you still feel like this? Or do you paint the picture of how he's going to look if he doesn't eat the cake? And so it almost gives you different angles, doesn't it? So there's multiple results, and I think it really gives you a strong start point. Because when I've heard people, I work with people and they say, oh yeah, I've tested Facebook ads or I've tested AdWords and it didn't work for me. What I've generally found is they've run one ad and spent a shit ton of money on it, for one, because they haven't they've tried to learn a platform, but also they're trying to learn different marketing messages.
Yeah.
So I think having something like this, it just gives you that start point. It's actually, well, we're going to spend a tenner and just focus on the negative result of not going on a diet, and then we might do the same and focus on positives. And then you start to build, don't you, the learnings. But I think this gives you a good framework for your advertising, especially in your messaging, so you can literally just test each one.
Yeah, and you could use it for creating content, you know, blog posts, videos like this. If you know how people are feeling, if you know if you're kind of thinking about the actions and the results, you can just create sales messages, sales pages, email, you know, stuff, blog posts, all that stuff that we use to communicate with people. And I just think the more that we kind of dig in, the better. And I think as humans, we like a framework, don't we? Because if it's just like, tell me about your ideal customer, then it's like, meh. But if you're like, okay, I've got these 5 things that I'm going to dig into and think about, and you could do this multiple times as well, couldn't you? You know, if you're a social media marketing person, you could do it with Sally, Bob, Dave, you know, really get to the grips of all the different people. So this can be replicated and done again and again and again. And maybe as you're doing it, get a Trello board open and just start writing down your ideas, like content ideas and digging in. So that's the steer framework. And yeah, I really love it. A lady called Lara Young from the Mindset coaching academy introduced it to me, and I was like, this is brilliant, and I want to share it with more people. So yeah, hopefully we'll be coming up with more tools that I'll be able to share with you for that. But yeah, the more that you dig in, the better for your business.
Exactly. I think, yeah, when also like when people are talking about creating content or posting on social and things, literally just creating that steer statement, even if you just have one, you've got 5 things you could almost start to talk around, haven't you? And that's just for one persona. So you start to think, maybe there's Bob or there's somebody else, and whether we've got time to talk about personas now because we are coming up to time. Maybe that's one for another day.
That's one for another day.
Yeah, we'll talk about that another day.
We are coming up to the end of time, aren't we? So yeah, just write this down: the situation, thought, emotion, action, results. Pick a customer, pick a really specific situation, a really specific scenario, and then just map it out from that. How are they thinking? How are they feeling? What are they thinking about? And what's the actions and the results? And the more that you do that with your customers, the better you're going to be able to dig into. Oh, so Fiona's put, great subject. I refer to this as the sliding door effect, like the Gwyneth Paltrow film. Yeah, I suppose that's like, because you can have multiple actions and results, you're kind of mapping out what they could be. So I like the idea of the tree analogy because it's coming out like that. So Bertie, should we talk about personas next week then? We've just kind of given ourselves a topic. So join us next week, 10 at 10. 10 at 10. What do we need?
Should we get a jingle?
Yeah, we need a jingle. I think so. See you, Bertie. Bye, everybody who's watching. Enjoy your steer statements. Get dug in.
And we'll see you next week. Yes.
See you next week. Bye.
Oh, it's like rainbow now, isn't it?
Bye.